too much. I still haven't got my money back. Hi, Dee Dee Clark from Florida. Are you safe? We have a hurricane there on the west side of Florida. And my friends are in Cape Coral, and which they just said this morning was being evacuated. So I have another one.
Yeah, so prayers. Yeah, so prayers out to those people, and it's we've had that in Australia, and it's something that's cyclical, and it can really be devastating, and
Florida always seems to get part of all those storms because they come up and they go through Cuba. I guess Cuba got it, and then they.
I think certain parts of the world definitely have a good insurance. Make sure you have a good insurance, because I heard some people had insurance, and then the insurance doesn't cover for a storm, or it doesn't cover for flooding, or it doesn't. The insurance companies try and get around it. So make sure you have a really solid cover, particularly if you're living in those kind of regions.
Well, we got our insurance canceled because of fire. And we're like, seriously, but California has a lot of fires, and but we found insurance that covers it. So it's one of those things. So prayers for Florida. I think it said category 3, I think, DD, that would get up to or something. So that's quite strong. So stay safe, and I hope you have all your supplies. I love getting supplies. Being ready for anything. So we need to be ready for anything in this world, David.
Absolutely. We need to have one foot in this world, sometimes one foot in the other world. We need to play, but we need to be ready. And it's kind of cool. I have a puppy. He's older than a puppy. He's like a teenager now, dog. And just how playful dogs can be, and how present they can be, and how fun it is just to play with a puppy and get into that mode, and we all need more puppies in our lives. I think
we do,
just to remind us.
Yeah, just how to play and how to laugh, and have especially with everything going on right now, we have a stronger thing happening with Russia now. Stronger words coming out. And so we, I think that some of these people don't understand the stress they put upon not just their people or the enemy, or this is the whole world,
Yeah, well, it's trauma. Absolutely, Debbie. It's trauma, and trauma is devastating, and it's something we're all experiencing. I don't think you can avoid trauma, because just often people have birthing trauma, but most people have some kind of trauma just by being born. So when we talk about trauma, we also have to identify that each one of us has some degree of trauma, that it's inevitable and unavoidable. So we have to be strong and resilient. However, what you're talking about a war is, I cannot imagine I'm sitting here in this quiet room, in this beautiful, I'm looking out the window, it's a beautiful day, the sun is out, it's a blue sky. I cannot imagine the trauma of war, and I haven't been in a war myself. I've spoken to some people a little bit, but I don't know about you, but it's something almost like another world. And sometimes you watch a film and you think, how can this be real? And it's so misguided. It's so based on such programming to program a soldier to see an enemy and to follow orders, to go out and kill. And I've read that most soldiers just are not able to kill another person. That's what I heard. So most human beings just
things have changed. I think things have changed from when you look at the old film from the past, and you wonder how they, followed Hitler, to do those things. Those are like, these things are the worst of the worst. And so anyway, we had a lot of movies and a lot of things that said USA and do all these great things and great marketing for this, where the people really wanted to go out and do it. then Vietnam came and they didn't, a lot of them didn't want to do it. But right now, when we see, the leader of Ukraine and his wife and the people, and we can identify with them. Like, they're normal people. They got 4 kids. They got a car. They got a job. Normal people. And so it's more, we're going, oh my gosh, we're more into, we need to help them. We need to do things. Because a long time ago, they would, buy bonds, or they would just have their own life and not care what's really on the other side of the world. But with television and all that, we have come to have sympathy, empathy for these people, and they benefit from it because we give a lot of money. But I'm really concerned with future PTSD, with future trauma.
Yeah.
I'm just really, really concerned that we're going to have to take care of a lot of people and heal a lot of people that weren't from the front line to across the world, because we're all invested in this now. We all are sad when they, show pictures or talk about it.
There's a collective trauma, and it's a topic that I'm really interested in with my research, PTSD, and it's also intergenerational. So it's ancestral trauma that's also carried forward, which there are a lot of healers doing ancestral healing, which is really, really relevant and important, because you may have had the perfect life, but your grandparents went through a terrible ordeal. So that will be in the cells of your body. There'll be a memory of that.
Mm-hmm. Correct. And we have to, I think the biggest thing, if we could just get some peace, and I want to say hi to Michelle and hi, Helen. We need to start a big healing thing. And I hope in the future there are places to go where people can, get away from all the stuff that's happening. Because it's not just this war. We're going into arguments and relationship problems and work problems and all of that.
It is interconnected, what you're talking about, because the state of war does affect people's consciousness and energy. It affects our energy. And if you put the news on and there's terrible war going on, that affects how you view the world.
I do that every morning. I'm like on there looking to see what the news is. And they backed off a little bit on the Ukraine, because we, they backed off on talking about COVID. They backed off on this a little bit because we have our politics. And so, but we're still getting bombarded with, bad news. And
it's, the concern is when there's an agenda, and unfortunately so often there is an agenda. And so you're not getting the nuance, or you're not getting all sides and real objectivity. And I think that's, you're not seeing the other side. So I think it's when you tune into the media. I had a mentor, he passed away recently, and he said he would read the left newspaper and read the right newspaper, and he said you read both sides and then you get 50% of the truth. And I thought that was a great.
Oh gosh, I really would love to have a balanced news show. I would love that.
So I think it's, it is what really is objectivity, because I'm doing research at the moment and I'm reading about objectivity and how it doesn't really exist. It's more like a fantasy, this idea of objectivity, because we're always influencing as human beings. We're always bringing our state of consciousness.
Yeah, everybody's got their opinion.
We, as a researcher, can go anywhere, and we're bringing ourselves. How do you avoid that? It's really.
Do you think we should all go to Australia, where you are, and have a retreat?
Well, you were saying, are there places to go to? And there are beautiful places, and I've worked at some magical retreats and quiet places and places in the mountains far from people. And of course, in a lot of the traditions in Asia, there's the idea of Shambhala and these high energy portals to the source, to the divine energy. to pure consciousness. So there's wonderful places you can travel to. They tend to just involve going somewhere and often paying a lot of money. So I would encourage the type of thinking where we can access this pure consciousness. We can access the divine, the oneness, the void. And really the gateway is prayer, it's meditation, and just taking moments where you can connect to soul. So turn off your television, turn off your phone, or at least put it far away so you can tune into this divine energy.
I think they call it like going within. Does that sound right? Go within.
Yeah, absolutely. It's aligning to yourself, aligning to oneness. And you don't have to take 10 hours. You don't have to go on a retreat that costs you $10,000 or whatever. You could, every day you could take moments to tune in to meditation, to source energy, to the void.
I want to ask you this, David. I bought an earthing mat. Do you know what that is?
I do, yeah. There's a lot of great material about that, and I've actually never bought one, and I've always thought, oh, that would be cool.
Well, you're out with nature and stuff. But I'm gonna tell you, a friend gave me one, and I sat on it, and she said it's gonna give you all this great energy. You're just gonna be so energized and everything. And I really passed out. I passed out and woke up and went, what the heck? And I don't do any of that. I tried it again. Same thing happened. I passed out. So third time was the charm. I said, there's something wrong with it. I said to her, because I'm not getting energy. I'm getting knocked out. And so I thought, wait a minute. I think she's saying that it will give you what you need. And I don't sleep long hours. And I think it was knocking me out. But I thought that was interesting because I thought, boy, it's going to be like having caffeine. This is going to be great.
Well, put it this way. I mean, I was thinking when you're talking about that, and I've often passed out on the beach, and so it's a similar kind of thing. If you're tired, then you're tired. The sitting on a beach is not going to magically make you not tired. It may give you some energy, but your body is just saying it needs to rest. So I think it's, I think it's kind of like, just think of lying on a beach. It's that kind of energy where if you're tired, then you're going to sleep, and maybe that's the best thing for you.
I bought one for my son. I bought another one for me, and I bought one for a friend. And the thing is, she had an accident, and she had the neck and the back. She broke her neck. And she was having all this pain and stuff. And then I gave it to her and I said, try it. And she said, oh boy, there was a big difference. So I feel like this movement that we have, it's not new, but going out and walking in the grass and connecting to the earth and all that, I think it's super important.
Yeah. And if anyone is interested, I love this topic because I was studying this last term, and nature connection, and the Japanese have a lot of forest bathing and a lot of scientific studies which show incredible results, extraordinary results, which are scientifically verified of forest bathing, or they call it forest bathing. It's there's a lot of forests in Japan, which I didn't even know about it. I'm not sure if you knew about that, Debbie.
Yeah, because there's a weird one there, isn't there, where people go in and they don't come back, or people go in that one to commit suicide. It's weird.
I haven't heard of that one.
But no, yeah, I know they do. But you said forest bathing.
Bathing.
I've never heard of that.
So there's wonderful science in Japan. They really have benefits of this for mental health is extraordinary. But all sorts of things, they found so many benefits. So, I mean, it's maybe one of the most healing things one can do is just go walk in a forest. And if we could all do that once a day, just for 15 minutes, I was just stunned by the results they got in Japan. And I can send you some YouTube, or they do have a lot of material online. Just things like blood pressure and the immune system, the immune response. It's extraordinary. Absolutely extraordinary.
You know, I can't remember if it was Japan that had a young people committing suicide because
Yeah, yeah.
they
They
were
have a
pushed. They're like a pushing them to excel and do well and to learn and to all of that. I remember that being, an
yeah,
item, but a few
yeah,
years
yeah,
ago.
Debbie. They have a high suicide rate, and particularly amongst the youth. There's a lot of pressure in Japan. It's like a little pressure cooker. I haven't been there yet, actually, and it's one country that I would really, really like to visit. And it's not so far from Australia when you look at a map. It definitely is very, very pressurized, and you just look at their history and you think, wow, they have really built so many things and built that country, some very highly developed, very highly stressed. And if anyone does have any health issues, definitely look. Maybe I can share. I don't know if I could share it in the comment sections, but I just watch so many moving videos on YouTube, and some of the articles I read about forest bathing were just unbelievable with reducing blood pressure. And it happened significant. The results were significant. It was just over just going to 15 minutes walking every day, and
Right.
so really, it is.
David, if you can get that information, I will go back in and do a post in Psychic Fixes. And also, we're streaming to YouTube and the Dead Talk. But I will get information out on social media, that information, so people can go watch that or learn about it or read about it,
Brilliant, because it's
including
people
me.
sometimes forget the simple things, and I don't know. I haven't tried the earthing mat. I want to try the earthing mat. However, if you have something nearby, like a forest, you don't need an earthing mat because you can go into the forest every day and get something, a wonderful
I just
experience.
have, the suburb, and so I thought this will be good because you can actually, they have longer ones you can sleep on,
Mm,
and you can, but I just like, they have them on to put on your desk so that when you're working, you can put your
mm,
pants down on your desk or whatever. But for me, it worked if, I would sit, but I'm not used to sitting. So that was probably the catalyst, was that I sat in one place, and I'm going,
mm. And
but,
the human body actually doesn't thrive sitting. It's not a position where we thrive. We thrive by moving. We kind of, except for sleep, we need good sleep. That's
I
when we still.
I think there's a lot of moms that can understand when I say, most of the time when you have little kids or you have kids, you're standing and eating at the counter and they're at the table, and then if somebody wants something, so you're up all the time. It's just, it's not a thing that we can do, to just go in and sit. And
I,
I
I,
would turn a movie on and I'd sit for like 3 minutes and I'd be up folding laundry and going in the other room, coming back and seeing what
that's
I missed.
really good, Debbie. It's really good. And just coming back to science, the worst thing we're doing is lying down, watching TV, and having that sedentary time. It's just
Yeah.
that really is not good for one's body to be sedentary. Um, yeah, it's just not good. And
Yeah.
there's a
I
lot
think
of this.
if we talk about aging, I really feel like
Mm,
we have to keep our bodies going and our joints and everything going on. And this is good for many things, from
yeah.
cholesterol, our heart, everything. So I
And
know it's,
I see my neighbor every day, and he's on his bike early in the morning. He's on his bike late in the evening. He's just always on his bike, and it's just
wow.
wonderful. It is just wonderful. He's 73, and he's just out there traveling around, and you're like, wow, that's very cool.
Oh, that is the way to go. So we want to make sure that our health is good, and And going back to the stress and everything, we have to watch our immune system. So I think we talked about it before. It was like watching that news. At one point when I was working and I was a manager for the government, and I had so much responsibility, so much going on, and I had to cut something out. I cut getting a paper newspaper because I was just going like, oh my gosh, that's not fair, this, that, and the other. And I go, it was time to just go get rid of it, because one thing that changed is that we would have news like at night or in the morning, but we didn't have news like we have now, 24 hours, 24-hour stations of news. And so we have to, be disciplined not to get into all of that.
Yeah, and it does require discipline, because it is addictive, and we've got to just be aware that it's addictive, and that already will help you start to decondition yourself and let go a bit. We all need these reminders. Just let go of attaching to your phone. Let go. Just be aware when you watch yourself turning that phone on or whatever, and you just be mindful how you're using your time and what effect that has on you.
I'm worried too about the batteries, because everybody's holding that. Women stick it in their clothing, and I have a friend who's a nurse that carries her phone right there, and I'm like, I'm concerned about that. And we have a movement here in California where we're going to be going to electric vehicles, even though we can't charge them, all of them. But the fact is, they're all batteries, and I'm just going, what is going to happen? We have to be thinking ahead as to, is this a good thing to be?
You need super intelligent people, not politicians. I think we've spoken about this before. That
every show.
Sorry about that. Most of your politicians, let's be honest, are not super intelligent people, and you can just look at their grades and look at their educational background, and you'll be like, oh, he graduated bottom of his class, and now your president graduated bottom of his class. So it doesn't tell you that this person is like some kind of genius. So we really need to think who are the experts, and become an expert yourself. Really look at all the information, but don't be swept up in electric vehicles, because they have a lot of issues. And what I saw in California was people not thinking, well, how do you power up your electric car? And often you're burning coal to power up your car, thinking that you're doing something good for the environment when you're not. You're not at all. Or you're buying.
They need to look at all of that. But the history of California, because I lived it, is the smog that we had. So when I was little and we'd go to Disneyland, we would go from San Diego, where there's clouds and the air was good and everything, into no sun, into dark brown.
And that was your policies, your agendas were not to have any public transport, which was absolutely awful and such a...
that's really, they put in some trolleys, I guess, here. And they can go pretty far, but we wanted one come all the way up San Diego, and we can't get that yet. And, because now they have to condemn people's property to take it from them to make a trolley line. But yeah, we were really challenged, and you had to have a car here. Absolutely.
And I've seen some places in Europe where people have bicycles, and all the policies encourage people to have bicycles, and it's the most wonderful thing to have people riding bicycles to work and having a car-free urban center. And people resist any change. I would probably resist it too, and I've sometimes had a car, I sometimes haven't had a car. I've always been happier without a car, and I've always been healthier, because you get on your bike, you go here, you get on your bike, you go there. It's a much healthier lifestyle. And
It is. But
yeah, so
here in San Diego, the things aren't all right here. We have to drive, and it's
yeah, I understand. I totally understand. And just coming back to these issues that we have, we often pollution. The pollution will be in China because that's where they're doing all the manufacturing. So
terrible there.
we're just moving the problem to some other place, which is the whole globalization movement has done. They've moved their manufacturing to third world or developing countries, which just means the people over there are suffering for us. And the same with
pollution.
Importing your gas and oil from Russia or from Venezuela. It makes you dependent on Russia, and that's not a good situation.
Well, I know we're trying, and like everyone else, we have a lot coming up, I'm sure, when it comes to Russia and relations with, Northern Korea and China. I'm concerned about that. But you know what? It's like almost time to do readings. We have people that ask. We do have someone that asked that does not have a photo for a profile. I'm looking at everybody else does. So I will do Marianne. Let's save her and I'll do her. So we'll go with Michelle. Are you ready to do some readings?
Yeah. Right. I just wanted to.
Michelle,
we talk about certain topics, and I always feel they create stress, and it's a good measure, or just to be aware of what is causing you stress, and then ask, well, why is that stressful? What idea am I attached to, or what belief am I attached to, or why is that causing me that feeling? So acknowledge the feeling, but also look deeper and ask questions of that feeling.
Well, my stress came last night when there was a snake in the house.
Well, I think that's actually quite good. That's actually quite good that you had a feeling. You want to be alive. That is an example of fear being real.
It wasn't my fear. So I had just taken my son home, and there was a huge accident. Like 8 emergency vehicles and everything, and I had to find a way around everything to get home later. I walked in, and the furniture was in disarray. My husband was on the floor, and he says, "Don't panic, something's in here." And so I just took some steps up. I'm like, "What are you talking about? What's in here?" And he said, because we get lizards, and he said, "A snake." And I'm like, "Where?" And so it just ended up being a comedy at that point. We had, Helen goes, "OMG, a snake." It was a baby California king snake, and they're very good. And my husband didn't know. And he picked it up, and it was like, "I don't know you." And so he put it down, and it ran away. And so we just said, okay, we have a canister vacuum. We'll vacuum it up. It'll be fine, and we'll take it out. And that's what we did. We had to go looking for him, and he was fine. And I'm sure he was stressed, but they're very, very good snakes to have.
I have
not in your house.
I have a soft spot for snakes. I just really like them. And we have a lizard in our house, which is harmless. I don't know how to catch. I was trying to catch him yesterday. I don't know how to catch a lizard. It's quite tricky.
Go up behind him.
Oh, he went under the fridge, so I can't really.
No, just wait till he comes out. I had one come in, and then I was going out the front door, and we have a little kid's roll top desk, and there he was. And I'm like, "Thank you for being next to the front door," because we just picked him up and put him outside. But we can get big ones. We had one come in 3 months ago. Never saw it go out. We have no idea.
Oh.
So my house is a house of glass and giant glass sliding doors all the way around. We don't have any wall space. We have all glass around. So you have something open and they go, hello. They come in.
That sounds amazing, Debbie. All this glass. I'm
I do. I
intrigued.
really like it because we do. Thank you, God. We have a pool. So anywhere on the whole side of the house, I can see everything. If the kids were in the pool or anything, I can see everything that's going on, as well as the front. So yeah, it's very different, and I do like that. But anything can come in. We have like four glass sliding doors, and anything can come in. So Helen says snakes are snakes. No, they're not. This a king snake, a California king snake will take out a rattlesnake, and rattlesnakes are very dangerous. So
Yeah, there's some snakes that are totally harmless and some that are deadly. So, and some that, these pythons or whatever, they're boa constrictors. They can just wrap themselves around your neck and slowly suffocate you. So there's all sorts of snakes.
yeah, well, we had the venomous ones, and so
you have the rattlesnake.
we have the rattlesnakes.
Mm.
But down in the south, they get those cottonmouths, they get those water snakes and stuff like that. So we do have some stuff that we have to watch, as well as a few spiders. Yes,
Yeah,
a California king will kill a rattlesnake. That's why we always save them. We welcome them. I grew up on a ranch. We always wanted them there because they posed a threat, the rattlesnakes, to humans and our pets and livestock. So do that.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's a tricky. I always go down rabbit holes, but we have toads. We have the toad, and a lot of animals. Yeah, a lot of animals die because of they're an alien species, so they don't come from Australia, and that's where there are issues when people bring in species. And the toad was brought in to kill off something else, but sometimes they come out at night, and sometimes they'll be on the street, and unfortunately, dogs and things like that can actually die from the poison. And they kill the local frogs, the indigenous green frogs.
Oh,
yeah. So we have
we get a lot of stuff like that. The Florida Everglades and stuff are overrun by those big giant, snakes, because somebody put one in the wild, or people, back in the day put out a alligator or whatever. But here we have some poisonous spiders that came in. They come in on cargo and stuff like that. So it is what it is.
Yeah, in Australia they come on the trucks, with transport there, even trains. So they move around the country. It's hard to control that. You
know that how the plague, I think, came in is that there were rats that were on the ships, and they would go down the rope once it was moored and come right into the docks. And they carried the fleas or something and made everybody sick. I'm taking cards for Michelle because we have a time limit right now of 20 minutes. Because both David and I have to get going on things. And so let me just grab some cards.
I would say when people come online, Michelle, we've done you previously. If you want a current reading, just if you can have an updated picture, that would help. Because it sometimes it affects the energy because it's an older picture, so it won't be as relevant now.
That's interesting because that doesn't work the way I connect to energy. I just connect to it, and I see her, and I just kind of connect to her name. So interesting. Okay, Michelle, I have some cards for you. There's a card that comes down, and I don't know if you're into like learning or just doing stuff, keeping busy, or a job or anything, but it's kind of just that normal flavor of, just whatever you do. It's nothing, no bells or whistles. However, I got the Emperor card over you, and I really love that. An Emperor card is this energy of people that can give good advice, sometimes show them how to do something. So that could be you, or it could be somebody coming in the future. And I always love that card. And they showed me in the future you just using all your great skills. Like, I get that you're multi-skilled. So capable sticker goes right there. I'm not worried about anybody that gets this card, but I see this in the future. We're going to be working with our new skill sets or our skills that we have. Get a little bit of heartache in the past for you. It does show me no timing on this, but it shows me a party or a celebration and coming home to success. And sometimes this can be entrepreneurial, which I really like. It shows me that there's something that's going to come up, Michelle, that you didn't see coming, and it really does have you in something. I didn't see this. This came out of nowhere. I really. And then you go, okay, I'm done with it. I quit. I'm done. I'm finished with this. So I do see this coming, but it's to your benefit. Okay. I also get this card to remind you to face your fears and be strong. And then an idea is going to come. You're going to jump on it. And I feel like you're going to go in a new direction. I feel like you're going to be very successful in getting this going. So that's what I have for you.
So, Michelle, I'm feeling that there's two aspects to the reading. The one is what's holding you down, and the other is who you actually are. So I think it comes down to what I was talking about at the beginning with Debbie about what you think is real is not real. So you're identifying with all these identities. So you identify as Michelle Krantz. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. That's an identity. So that's not who you truly are. So this reading says that these attachments are causing you suffering, that you are a child of the cosmos, but you're carrying around the weight of the world. You're and it, just let it go. It's not yours to carry. Even the identity of Michelle Krantz, it's illusory. It's short-lived. It's not as real as you think it is. And the moment you realize that it doesn't have so much weight anymore, the weight of the world is less. You don't need to carry it all. But you're no good to anyone if you're running on empty and bogged down by the weight of the world. So it's just a reminder that you are actually a child of the cosmos. You're a child of God. And this energy around you is something that governs the whole universe, governs all of life. It's an intelligent power. And I do feel there's surprises. There's a surprise coming. I do feel that. And it's just important for you to surrender more deeply to life, to the intelligence of the universe, and let go of this idea of what you think is real. So play with that, Michelle, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you. I'm going to do Mary Am really fast, and put her in here. Then we'll do Kate Katrina. All right. Mary Am, I have the cards for you already. You know what? I love the energy that represents you, because it's like I want to get everything. I really do. I feel like you are manifesting what you want. Like, I want everything to be good. I want everybody to be good. I want the money to be good. And this is good. I think you should just stay with that energy. I do get heavy burdens or extra responsibility coming in for you as well. That's like over you. I do have an important someone, a queen of wands in the future, which would be somebody who's a female that's very ambitious, wants to get to the top, very much somebody who can motivate. So, of course, that could be you or somebody else coming in. I get this in the future. I do get you sitting on the money. I don't know if you're saving or you're budgeting, or maybe you don't have enough, but I get sitting on the money, and that's okay, because I get something coming up for you as with finances. It shows me the star card. Here we go. The message. have a positive attitude, wish to be, use that law of attraction. And no matter what happens, have hope and courage. Stay in the game because things are going to be great for you in the future. So please walk with your spirit guides, okay? Stay connected. I do get the Sun card, which is my possible career offer or something coming in or opportunity. And I do feel like we have to heal, like we're healing in some way. I feel like that's going in the right direction. Also can get maybe going somewhere as well. But I do feel like suffering a loss and in need of healing. Okay. I do get here a celebration. And also let's talk about the money. Ultimate outcome card says something's going to come in your gut. You go, this is really good. This is a good idea. And it is. It's an investment type of thing that comes in that you can put your energy in or whatever, your time. I do feel like it takes a while to pay off, but it's really, really good. It'll pay off with money over time that will take care of your needs and wants. So I really get this good thing that will come in. Okay, so that's what I have for you.
So, Marianne, I got some interesting cards for you, and it was quite interesting interpreting it. And I feel like there's a bit of a winter period, and the message that came through strongly to you was to slow down and to see things a little bit more deeply than you have been. And when you spend time in nature or spend time away from things, you'll get more insight, you'll have some revelation, you'll be able to get perspective. So really you need to separate yourself, you need to go away. We're talking about a retreat. You need to just slow down, be somewhere else to give you a different perspective, because there's a little bit of just too much energy around you, where too many things you're aiming at, and there's also secrets around you. There's a secret cards. I'm not sure what that's about. There's some secrets, and some of them are going to turn out well for you. There's something about your family secrets that are kind of like a stubborn energy. So separate yourself from that, let go of that, and spend time away from it all, and coming back to what I was talking about. Just give yourself a chance to let go of all that stuff, and then you'll come into your true self, your true essence, and you'll gain the clarity. You'll get the clarity you need. All right. Thanks, Marianne.
Okay. I've got some cards I'm putting down right now for Kate.
Did you have a nice birthday, Debbie?
Yes. Thank you, Kate. Okay. Can I really say something? We should be in gratitude for everything. That's how you manifest. But I did get a plastic toaster. That was my gift. I'm 68 years old. I go, toaster?
Okay.
No. No.
Well, maybe it was to make you laugh. We'll make other people laugh.
He was serious. It was a toaster.
It's made me
I
laugh.
don't know. 21 years, together. I got a toaster. All right. Thank you, God. It was great. Works good. Kate, for you have that great energy of the world. Like, I want to get my desires, reach my goals. I want to see the world. I want all this great stuff coming in. So just stay that way. That's great. But we do have a little conflict over you, almost a little confusion and struggle. So, try to work at, and get that out of the way. I get you working well with people in the future and whatever that good things that you're doing. Past position was the Ace of Cups card, open heart, blessings, and joy. I love that. I love it. I want to tell you that I do get a wish come true for you, like something that comes in that you go, this is what I really wanted. I also feel like there is a King of Pentacles in here in some way, could be a relative or whatever. But I do feel a money-minded male there. But I'm going to tell you, I feel like this person comes in and then goes out, comes in and goes out. All right. I want to tell you that you have a new opportunity for a new stream of money or a new project coming in. So I feel really good about that. As well as previously for someone, I feel like there's a spirit of a very ambitious female. And I love this because they can be very motivating. I get as ultimate outcome card that you have a talent. This is my card, the Three of Cups, which is my talent card, but it means that you get a lot of emotional joy and success from something you do well. And I think that's really great. And that's what I have for you. Pretty good cards.
So Katrina, I was actually looking at your picture, and then I was going left, going right, and then I was thinking, wait a minute, I'm seeing so much beautiful energy there, but I actually don't know which one you are in that picture. So that created a bit of confusion. So I think it affected me. The cards were very interesting, and interpreting them is it's cosmic energy was what I was picking up on, and there's a real sense of you being able to influence the environment around you on an energetic level, on a vibrational level. So I'm not sure if you're doing that already or if it's something in the future for you, but in your awareness, remember you can change the earth, you can heal the earth. So that can just be something you do with your intention, or you can delve more deeply into that through studying and reading up on it. There is a sense of sharing your song of um, of frequency, so that maybe some kind of sound harmonics, harmonizing your sound, as in being part of a choir, or just in the shower, or actually using your voice, so bringing a voice to this energy. So finally, I got a card of nourishment, taking care of your body. So you need to water your garden. Thank you.
All right. We have like 8 minutes left. So I'm got Helen, and let me bring her up. Snakes are snakes. That's what I'm putting. Helen, I love your energy. I feel like you also are like, hey, I'm going after everything I want. I know what I want. Manifest that in. I love it. There is a male crossing you in temporary energy. Maybe somebody you're thinking about or coming in. Very opinionated, very strong opinions. I feel like very intelligent, so probably always right, but he thinks he is. I do get a justice theme of what's right and wrong. And these people are very capable. I feel like he can do anything he wants in life. So I don't know if you're thinking of this person or this person's coming in. In the future, I get the Queen of Cups. Sometimes this is putting on our mom hat. Sometimes it's a mom energy. I do feel very nurturing, very intuitive, and very creative woman that is importance in the future. I get in the past a new beginning for you, which I like. They're showing me that money's going to come in. I think you're going to find out money's going to come in on a regular basis with potential to grow. I also get a change in your home. It could be a new home, remodeling, bringing somebody in. It's for the better. So I do get this change in the home. They're showing me the Hangman card, which is the card of destiny. So let me come back to that one. I also get you're fully capable to do whatever you want. My goodness, you're multi-skilled. It's great. It's wonderful. I'm not worried about you. You communicate well, and you would at night or in your dreams with the other side, by the way. They're showing me, please save your money, because sometimes it takes money to make money. So save your money, okay? Let me take 3 cards here and look at the Hangman card. I always have to, it's a card of destiny. I want to see what's going on. All right. Okay. One more. Okay, what they're showing me when I see right in the middle of this something going on, a little bit about love or romance, but I also get something's built up and we have to move away. That's where your future is. It goes in a different direction. So something, okay, we did this and now we got to go somewhere else. I do feel like there's a challenging time. Sometimes we can't go forward. We don't want to go backwards. We're hanging in there. So this has to do with what I see happening, but this is a lesson. This is a lesson from your soul contract to go through. So again, no timing on this, but I have this occurring. So this is what I have.
So Helen, you definitely have a beautiful energy, and it's very competent, and this is excellent is the word I use. You really excel. It's almost like public relations would be good for you, something involving media. You're very capable, and you're a real powerhouse. There is a wealth card around you, so that's really positive. I got a lot of relationship stuff, relational stuff coming up for you. It may be that you're still dealing with a strong male energy. That's really almost like creating a lot of issues. I would say you got the love, you got the love, but boundaries are your issue at the moment. Codependency is an issue. So really look at this concept of codependency, and you have this double mission. So be aware that you're not here just to do one thing. You have a double mission to serve the world by being you. And you can ask, how can I serve the world by being myself? So keep looking a bit deeper. Realize that boundaries are very important. You got the love, but you just need to manage it. So good luck with the relationship stuff, and thank you, Helen.
Okay, it has to be the last one, everybody, because we have uh, just a few minutes left. Okay, and is it? Oh boy, Swava. Oh, I'm bad at this.
That's a beautiful name. I've never heard it before. I'm trying to think where it's from. Is it sort of?
It's beautiful.
Kind of, yeah. It sounds kind of Eastern European.
Swava.
I'm wondering if this maybe. Yeah.
Okay. I have 10 cards for you. No, more than a card. You know what? What I do have for you right away is feeling protected and guarded and watchful. And that's fine. But I feel like, okay, almost like I got nicked once. I'm going to make sure it doesn't happen again. But I do get this protection type of thing. Sometimes that can be feelings, or it can be physical or whatever. But I feel like protection. I do get you thinking about the future. This is crossing over you. You're going to get something that you want in the future. Wish come true. Gimme. This is manifest. Manifest something you want, because I see you getting something. I do get the Ace of Cups in the past, open heart, blessings, and joy. Can I just put this? I usually don't, because I don't do health readings. But if it's applicable, this is also a type of a fertility card or something, so just FYI on that. I have that in the past. They show me harmony and partnership. This can be with medical or with a person. I get very good a partnership. I do feel like also that you are in communication and very intuitive. I do get a Queen of Pentacles, which denotes a money-minded woman, somebody that might be in bookkeeping, accounting, or HR or detail-oriented work. So if this isn't you, it's somebody that comes in that gives you good financial advice. I also have the Emperor card, which is my teacher card, almost like somebody that can give good advice or show somebody something to do. This is very good thing to know. I get fond memories in the past, so I feel like we are going to be thinking of the past. For some reason, we're connected to the past, and we'll have to be thinking of these great memories, which is very sweet. You know what? I get a very stuck card for you, almost like I can't do anything with that. My hands are tied to doing something. Please know that we can always go forward. If we can't physically and mentally, our bodies go forward on some things, we can metaphysically bring that in. And we can ask our spirit guides to help us. All kinds of great things that we can do to keep going forward in life. But I feel like you almost feel like, oh, there's nothing I can do about something. But you can. And that's what I have for you.
So Savava, I'm not sure if I got that right. I have a lot of interesting cards for you, and I'm intrigued by Iceland. I've never been there, and I've known people who've gone there, and so I'm intrigued by that energy, and I was kind of like feeling around for that. There is a high vibration energy around you, positivity. There's this quick-witted energy, so there is that capacity within you. Definitely some of the cards are quite interesting about loosening your grip. There's some kind of addiction where it's important that you look at your coping mechanisms, let God in more, and instead of getting stuck on a thought, stuck on an idea, actually just say, let God, let go, let God. So I want you to start to say, I say this affirmation: let go, let God, or I let God, or however you want to word it. So there is something in the past about wrongs, about uprooting, about something happening that really affected you. It realized that it was a lesson, it was a karmic lesson, and just forgive yourself. Just say, I'm really sorry, because you're carrying around this weight, and it's gone. It's in the past. There was an uprooting. There was a sorrow. Let it go. There's a lot of positivity for you. Jump. So I get a card that says jump in. So say yes to change. There's Andromedan energy coming through, which is an adventurous. So you have an adventurous spirit. So let that in, and let the positive in, and let go of the past. Thank you.
That's wonderful. And we're finishing almost on time. So everybody's saying you're not really 68. Yes, I am. I'm 68 years old. And I'll tell you how I have all the energy and stuff, because people go, where do you get all this? And I'm going to tell you what I do is I have this great memory of what it was like to be young. And I said, and I'm very determined when I go, I remember that I would clean the whole house, in one day or whatever it was, or how I, would get all these things done. I remember what it's like to be young, and I just go do it. And I know there's a lot of people at 68 that are probably just hanging out, but I remember this is my little secret. I just think, oh, I used to just swim laps or whatever. So just think young, okay? And thank you, Helen. David, time to go, because I got to eat dinner and then I have readings to do. And we're sorry if we missed anybody with the readings, but we try to stay a half hour of readings. So, all right, we'll see maybe everybody next week.
Thank you, everyone, and lovely to see you all. Have a beautiful week.
And we will connect then. And please, share the show when we have one. Let's grow this audience for David. All right. And you're welcome. Take care. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.